Hey guys, what's up? Today I'm going to be showing you how to make your own basic Minecraft Five Nights at Freddy's roleplay.
Woo!
Keep in mind, this roleplay will not be good. I'm assuming most people watching this are people who want to get into Minecraft roleplay but haven't started yet. So they're watching this to see how they can. And I'll tell you how. And just so you guys know, do not get your hopes up, and you don't have to follow this to a T. Just this is your first roleplay. So in like a year, maybe even in a couple months, you will look back on it and say, wow, this was horrible. I could definitely do better.
We've both gone through this.
We
You
have.
will.
Mine is still up on YouTube.
One of us is braver than the other.
A little bit. This is how you do it. So first off, you're going to have a computer. Unfortunately, for this tutorial at least, this is specifically for Java Minecraft. So if you have Bedrock, don't be discouraged. You can still do stuff like this. You just won't be able to download like the mods or anything that I'm going to be talking about. So if you have a computer, you got to buy Minecraft Java if you don't have it already. And then what you're going to want to do is install CurseForge. Just look up CurseForge on your Google and install it onto your computer. You could also do it with Overwolf. I believe that's one of the installs that it gives you the option for. So you can do it either way. Personally, I would suggest not using Overwolf, but you can. And then using CurseForge, you're going to want to create an instance. Instances are the little mod packs. Instances are mod packs. So you create an instance, and you're going to want to make it in 1.12.2. This is not optimal for Minecraft roleplays generally, but a large amount of the Minecraft roleplays community started out in 1.12.2. Only recently has versions like 1.19 and 1.20 have also been getting mods, but those ones are slightly more complicated, and 1.12.2 is generally more beginner friendly.
Also known as baby's first mod pack version for any roleplay ever.
And then the mods you're going to want to get are Blockbuster and its accompanying little mods that go with it, like Aperture, Metamorph, Chameleon, and Emoticon. With Blockbuster, you can do things such as create images, import models, just have skins sitting around as like some sort of NPCs. You could also create animations. You can do a lot with Blockbuster. That's generally the best mod you're going to want to have for your 1.12.2 roleplay. And then another mod you're going to want is more player models. That allows you to change the skin of your player without exiting Minecraft. Sometimes you're going to need to refresh skins, especially when playing with other people, but that's pretty easy to do. Another one you're going to want, DecoCraft. DecoCraft adds a ton of props, and it's generally just amazing for Minecraft roleplays. Little Tiles is a more complicated version of Chisel and Bits, so if you don't want to learn, you're welcome to install Chisel and Bits. However, that is more laggy than Little Tiles. And with Little Tiles, you can do a lot more, like create custom doors, custom blocks, pretty much anything you can do in Chisel and Bits and more, you can do in Little Tiles. Another one you're going to want, Essentials. What Essentials does is it allows you to friend people on Minecraft and enter their worlds like a free server. Essentially like what Minecraft Bedrock already has with friending people. Another mod you're going to want is Bibliocraft. That adds a lot of props, Biomes of Plenty or Biomes O Plenty. That is a mod that adds a lot of different wood variations, a lot of different foliage, trees, just a bunch of different biomes, a bunch of cool stuff.
It also adds one of my favorite things.
What is that?
Which is the blue fire.
Oh yeah, blue fire makes you run around.
You get possessed and it's fantastic.
It is?
Wink.
Drugs. Another mod you're gonna want? Chisel. This is not Chisel and Bits. This is a mod called Chisel. What it does is it adds a bunch of different variations of already existing blocks in Minecraft. So if you want more options, then Chisel will be your friend. It is one of the best building mods there is. There is a bunch of mods that start with macaws, such as like macaw's doors, macaw's trap doors. Those are the only two I can think of right now, but there's a bunch of them. Any mod that starts with macaws is good to have. Malice's doors is also great because it adds animated doors and a bunch of different variations. You can create custom doors, while somewhat limited is still good to have. Mr. Crayfish mods. Mr. Crayfish has been in the Minecraft modding community for a long time. Pretty much all of his mods, like Mr. Crayfish furniture mod, vehicle mod, guns mod even, are great to have in your Minecraft roleplay.
Pew pew!
Pam's Harvest Craft. That is a mod that adds a lot of crops and foods. So that's something you're going to want if you're working in a restaurant. Is what you're going to do for a Minecraft Five Nights at Freddy's roleplay. Tech guns. So this mod adds a lot of guns. Although that is not what we want from the mod. What we want from the mod is a lot of the futuristic tech, almost like grungy items, and there's a lot of blocks there that look great in FNAF mods, or not FNAF mods, in FNAF roleplays. Varied commodities, that adds a lot of blocks, props, armors, just made for Minecraft roleplays. World edit, that to building in general in Minecraft, or just anything in Minecraft. World edit is a Minecrafter's best friend. Security craft with FNAF roleplays, you're going to want cameras, and security craft is great for that. Block craftery, this is a mod that adds all the like framed stuff, like framed trapdoors, framed stairs, framed doors. It essentially allows you to take any block from the game, as long as it's not an entity or glass, I think, and it allows you to turn it into like a stair or a trapdoor or a door or anything else that's in there. Hide names. This is great for Minecraft roleplays because being able to see the name tags of other players kind of breaks the immersion of the roleplay. Remove HUD but not hand. That is great if you're going for a more somewhat cinematic roleplay. While not required, it is good to have because you can hide your hotbar, but your hand will still appear, and it's cool. Nifty blocks. That's another mod that adds a lot of props, blocks, anything that you might need in a roleplay. Anything you like to add to mods?
Ignore everything been said about tech guns. It's mostly for the guns.
So now that we're out of mods, what you're going to want to do is go into your CurseForge instance and into the options of it by pressing the three dots next to play. Go to profile options and click allow content management for this profile if it's not already clicked. And then in memory settings, click custom RAM allocation and slide the slider up till it says 6,000 megabytes or 8,000 megabytes. I personally recommend 8,000 megabytes. Then what you're going to want to do is launch your mod pack and create a world. Now, once you have this world, you can either host a server on it with essentials, or no. Once you have this world, you can invite your friends to it, and it will act like a server with essentials. Or, if you want an actual server, there are a good couple hosting sites, such as Eternos, that do it for free, although somewhat limited. And now to build your set. First, you're going to want to get references, such as the cameras from FNAF 1, the basic layout of it. Get it. Next, you can mark out your area with wool. What you can do is you can look at the camera map and just kind of recreate that in wool on the ground. Then you can create basic walls and the floor. Then you're going to want to decorate, add a ceiling, and then add your finishing touches, such as lighting. Now that you've got your set, you need skins. For skins, you can get them from Skindex or Planet Minecraft. You can also edit skins you find, as long as they don't say you need to credit them. Or if you do take skins, then you're going to want to credit them in the description of your roleplay. And if you want to make your own, you can create skins in either of those websites, or what I personally use is Blockbench. Most people know this as a modeling program that's mainly used by the Minecraft developers, but you can also create skins with it. Now for the story. I'm not going to tell you how to make your story, but it's just the basic FNAF story. It's been told 1,000 times, but you're going to want it to be unique, not good, because you already know this isn't going to be that good, so don't put too much into it. This is just one big learning experience, getting your foot in the door. To write your episodes, you can use Google Docs, your Notes app. What I would recommend is figuring out how many episodes you want first, and then write out your first episode as like a basic synopsis, and then write out your last episode, and then create more episodes in between them, eventually just connecting the dots. So say I have my beginning, I have my ending. What do I want to happen in the middle? Then what do I want to happen between that and that and that? And just keep on going. Now that you have your story, your skins, your set, your mod pack, you need to find actors. While most people think they can do this on their own, roleplays that only have like 1 or 2 voices are generally just kind of boring. And even if you think you can do multiple voices, it will get confusing at times. So to find actors, you're going to want to use Google Forms to create an application, and then you can post that application in the self-promotion channels of MCRP discords or like any other thing you find that will allow it. That is a big thing. You need to make sure that they would allow links like that in their self-promotion channels. If they do not do it. You can also look up Twitter posts, post your application on Twitter, and you can look at YouTube. A lot of people will make application videos where they will have their Google form in the description. What you can do is you can go to those, you can join their role plays and see those role plays, use that as a learning experience and apply it to your own role play. And from that, you can make friends, you can find actors, and it'll generally just be a good experience.
Or if you already have friends, you can grab those willing participants and throw them into your project instead.
Then you can create a work Discord server. This is a Discord server generally meant for actors and for you to be able to post your mod pack, post recording announcements, the rules of your roleplay, your uploads, just anything in general. Then you got to get to know your actors. Getting to know your actors is essential for a roleplay. If you don't know the people you're working with, then it's going to be a little boring. And while we're talking about that, you got to set some basic rules to follow while roleplaying. So that is no breaking blocks without permission, no breaking character, no killing each other, and don't derail the plot. Obviously, you don't have to use these specific rules, but those are generally around for roleplaying. And now that you have everything you need, you're going to want to install OBS or Streamlabs. Personally, I use Streamlabs because for whatever reason, OBS quit working on me, but it doesn't really matter which one you use. And now that you have everything you need, all you have to do is record. And once you're done recording, you can install CapCut or DaVinci Resolve. CapCut is generally more beginner friendly. However, DaVinci Resolve is slightly more advanced. And now that you have your editing software and your recording, you can edit it down, find music, the music you're going to want. FNAF 6 and Security Breach are always good options. Kevin MacLeod's non-copyright music, always good. You can download music from YouTube using YTMP3. And now that you have your video edited and done, you're going to want to make a thumbnail. Now for this, you can either commission artists, you can learn Minimator, and then you can edit your Minimator using Fire Alpaca or any other art application. And once you have your thumbnail, you can upload it to YouTube. A good quote to remember: make it exist first, make it good later. Just a reminder, this roleplay is not meant to be good. It's meant to be your first. Your first will never be good unless you're really lucky or know a lot about roleplaying in general. You will look back at this and say, I could have done that better. And in most cases, well, not most cases, in some cases, you can come back and do it better later. But this is just supposed to be your first roleplay, your first learning experience for this. And that's how you can make a very basic Minecraft Five Nights at Freddy's roleplay. If you guys have any questions, go ahead and ask in the comments. I'm pretty good at responding to them, and I'll see you later. Bye-bye.
Bye.